let's take a look and see if someone gives us the table, how we can actually produce the graph and the associated equation. And there's these three ideas, right? There's the graph, there's the equation, there's a table, and we should be able to go from any one to any other one in these simple examples. So now let's suppose we're given this as a table. So here's the table, here are the x values, and here are the y values. Let's see if we can produce a graph and look at the graph, see if we can find a pattern and make a guess as to what the actual equation is. Okay, let's go. So 0, when x equals 0, y is 0. Doesn't matter how the chart is represented. Remember that we always first go x in this direction, and then y in this direction. 1 over, 3 up. 2 over in the x, 6 up in the y. Very steep. You see how steep it is? It's sort of interesting. You look at these numbers, it might not seem that steep, but now when you think of it visually, 3, 9, it's very steep. That's the power of looking at the picture, by the way, is that all of a sudden the connection between these points, looks like a straight line again, by the way, really becomes clear. Sometimes just looking at a list of numbers, you don't really see it. But here, look, it's sort of steep. And we see the straight line. And now let's see if we can make a guess. So can we see a pattern? So when we plug in 0, we get 0. When we plug in 1, we get 3. When we plug in 2, we get 6. When we plug in 3, we get 9. Notice that the output seems to always be 3 times the input. When I have 0, 3 times 0 is 0. When I put in 1, 3 times 1 is 3. When I put in 2, 3 times 2 is 6. When I put in 3, 3 times 3 is 9. So it seems to me that my guess would be that the equation would be y equals 3x. Does that confirm with the data we're given? Sure, pick an x like 2. 3 times 2 is 6. That confirms. Put in 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Put in 0. 0 times 3 is 0. Put in 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Looks good to me. That's going to be my guess. So you can now take a table, look at the graph of it, and then that can actually lead us to a good guess as to what the actual equation is. Look at the connection between all three. An algebraic manifestation, a sort of data manifestation, and a visual manifestation, all of the same thing. Pretty cool.